Hello everyone, and welcome to another, well, I was going to say beer review, but is it? I don't think it really is a beer review, so I'm not going to say welcome to another beer review. What I'm going to say is, hello everyone, and welcome to maybe a little bit of consumer advice. Now this is a 538 ml can. It's not quite a pint, but with the head and everything else it says it is. Now this is a widget, it's a draft stout, so it's still got the widget in it and you can feel it because it's under pressure. You can't really kind of squeeze a can in. Now you can use the cans with this, but to be totally honest, it's not a good idea straight from the widget because you're not really going to get the best results. So what you need to do is you need to take a pin, and what you do is you will be putting a hole in the top of the can and allow you to release the excess air in the can without activating the nitro widget. But anyway, let's get back to the old Guinness draft. So what you're going to do is, if you're buying a 4-pack of this stuff here, it's only £6. So £6 compared to £7, potentially £8, that's a bit of a saving. So if you can turn this can more like a Nitrosurge can for less money, then that might make the Nitrosurge situation and the whole kind of system more affordable and more viable for people to want to buy or invest in from that point of view. So that's what the consumer advice is about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to whip everything out. I'm going to show you in real time how quickly this is. I'm not going to show you this. This isn't my idea, by the way. I'm not going to take credit for this. It isn't my idea. The Nitrosurge system has been out for just over a year in Ireland, and they've discovered all these things. And while all the kind of reviewers in the UK have been like, well, let's Nitrosurge everything, so let's open any bloody can and put it through this and see how it goes. I'm being a bit more, how would you say, honest from that point of view. The best videos that I've seen when I've been watching the kind of Nitrosurge coming from Ireland back in the day was, let's do it with a Guinness, but let's try and make it more affordable. And this is the best one I've seen. I wish I knew the name of the YouTuber that was actually doing this, and if I do manage to find the name of the YouTuber, I will put it in the description at the bottom of the video, because at the end of the day, well done. You know, somebody with a bit more common sense. Well, if we like this and we can make it more affordable, then that makes it more of a win. And to me that makes more sense than let's basically pass any old I mean, the fries are not pissing in bloody cans and passing it through this bloody machine, you know what I mean? Because they're going haywire with it over here in the UK. What else can we do? Can we get tomato soup through this? Can we basically do that, see if it makes it thicker? All this kind of nonsense. Can it make it more creamy? Can we put cream through it and see if it makes, you know, it's like kind of that nonsense. You're like, fuck off, seriously, get a grip of yourselves. You've fucking lost it. So this is what I'm doing. So I'm basically saying, let's see if we can make it more affordable. And at £1 per 4-pack, that's a bit of a saving. If it's £2 per 4-pack, that's a good saving from that point of view. You know, I'd rather have that. I mean, it all adds up, especially in today's climate. So that's what we're doing. So what I'm going to do is, this is just a little drawing pin. Not anything, I don't know if you can see it. So it's a drawing pin. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to poke it through this part of the can, just right behind there. And I'm just going to push it in. You'll probably hear it. I'll lift it up to the mic right here. But what you want to do is, you don't want all the air to bill out. So I'm going to keep this in. I'm going to poke this in and then just slightly tilt it ever so slightly to allow the air out. That's what I'm going to be doing. So here we go. You can maybe hear it. Hear it? And that's what I'm doing. You know, so I can show you. What you want is no fluid to come out. If the fluid comes out, you've screwed it, you've activated the widget inside, and it's now pushing nitrogen from the bottom, which of course is now pushing the liquid out the little hole you've made. But you know when you've done it, because the can will become less kind of pressurized. Yeah, I think. Right, squeezing it too hard. So yes, but what you will notice is it will become a lot more pliable. There we go, and there we go. So it's activated, and I'm just going to show you. See how easy it is to squeeze a can, but I haven't set off the actual nitrogen widget, which I will do now once I've basically added this onto it. So normal thing is, once you've done that, crack it open, put your thing on, activate your little thing, and then pour it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go, here's the widget now up at the top, the little ball, press the button, and pour. And that's what we'll do. And the whole point is, this basically gives you the kind of the equivalent of the Nitrosurge cans, but for a heck of a lot cheaper. And you don't have to do it with the 440ml can, so you're actually giving you more of a pint, so you're not as if you're kind of losing out and you're thinking, oh well, I'm only getting this, that, the other. You know, I'm doing all this and all I'm getting is this gap at the top. So there we go. We're going to let that settle. And again, I'm not going to review the beer and that type of stuff. I'll take a sip and give you an idea. Does it kind of taste as creamy and everything else as the Nitrosurge? So I'm going to give you that kind of comparison, and then that's it. So it's quite a quick video. I'm not reviewing the beer because we've done it plenty of times. The standard, it's just a standard Guinness draft with the widget, but in a bigger can. So once this has had a chance to kind of settle, as you can see, ooh. But like, this is not a review, it's consumer advice. And at the end of the day, if I can save people £1, £2 for a 4-pack, all I'm doing is passing on somebody else's wisdom. I don't claim that I've come up with this idea. The only thing that I'm basically doing is I'm not passing stupid things through this damn kind of gimmicky thing from Guinness. I'm passing on kind of normal advice and tips that actually maybe are more useful to people. So there you go. None of your pish, as we say in Scotland. No here for the pish, here for the facts. Facts of the matter is, when you save money. That's what it's down to. Right, so it's kind of settled. We'll press the wee button again and we'll top this bugger off. So we will. Right. And here we go. Surging away there. Oh. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, it's almost finished. It works out roughly about a pint. Thank God that worked. If it didn't, I'd look like a right arsehole, by the way. But it did. It worked. Now, I do basically release this as a podcast just so maybe people that don't have a chance to watch the videos or they're very busy, they can download it, maybe listen in the car when they're travelling and that type of stuff. That's why I do it. So, for the people that are listening to it on the podcast, I've just taken a 530, it's 38ml, is it? 538ml Guinness can, and I've managed to get it in a pint glass, looking like a full pint with the head. There you go. So it looks not too bad. Let's have a wee taste. It's stuck to my beard. Yeah, nice and creamy. And a lot cheaper. And yeah, does it taste a better texture and a bit better kind of profile? than just pouring it straight from the can? Yes, I would say so. It's kind of activated a bit more. With ultrasounds and things like that, it's the same it's used for basic cleaning jewellery and all that type of stuff. That's what your ultrasound is. This system basically does that as a pulse. So what it does, it agitates the beer and gives you more of a controlled kind of pour, and gives you a slightly more kind of traditional kind of head that we get if you're getting it from a pub poured as a draft. So it's getting closer to that kind of effect. So it makes it a bit thicker in the head, a bit more creamier in the head, and in general, yes, it's probably just that little bit more, how would you say, pleasant than your standard can. The can can basically, if you pour it straight from the can, it can be slightly a bit watery in the head, whereas as you can see, this is very kind of thick and gloopy in the head, and it just adds to the drinking experience from that point of view. If you want that, if you don't give a toss about it, then this is a complete waste of time. And I would suggest you go and do something far better, like paint a wall and then watch it dry. Trust me. If you're not interested in this, this is a complete waste of time to you. But if you're into the Guinness and you like all this, and you've invested in one of these, at £22 right now on offer from Tesco's with the club card or the loyalty card. But it does make the option of you can get the same effect or a very, very similar effect to the Nitrosurge cans for a bit cheaper. And all it costs you is a little map pin or a drawing pin, £6, and yeah, it's cheaper and it's not on offer from that point of view. And I bought this in Morrison's, 4-pack, £6 compared to £7 buying it from Tesco's, the actual proper Nitrosurge cans, which of course if I didn't have a club card it would cost me £8, and there's a good chance it's going to basically, the offer will finish and it'll go to £8, so you're going to be saving £2 for 4 cans using the 538ml Guinness Draft cans. So, thanks for watching, cheers, and bye for now.